Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Greyhawks versus the Predators. Thanks for your patience getting started. We are a few minutes late here. Right now they're getting lined up to do the national anthem. As soon as that is complete, we will be underway with the game. All right, we are live from Shea Stadium down in Highlands Ranch. And guys, come on in and introduce yourselves to the audience here.
Hey, right here you have Rashad and myself, Jason Drakic. Overcast day, Greyhawks, Predators. Should be an interesting matchup. Greyhawks right now without several starters due to injuries. And Greyhawks missing Jimmy Provost, Bobby Purify, Terrell, and some other guys. So we probably will be looking at 8 new starters on defense.
Wow. We get to show what the bench is going to be able to do and how deep the Greyhawks are.
Well, we're usually a deep team, and backup guys right now have to definitely step up. New head coach, Jay Everett. Defense coordinator is Fife, along with Orlando Mason. Ryan Horn, offensive coordinator. So it looks like the Greyhawks kicking off to the Predators, north to south. As we get set for this kickoff, the keys, what we're going to be looking for the Predators is they run an attack. Can the Greyhawks on defense without a lot of starters stop the run? And here we go with the kickoff.
Short kick.
And he's tackled at about 47-yard line. Special teams really didn't do their job on that right there. So right now, 1st and 10 Predators. Right now, the guy for the Greyhawks, Seti Mawaga. He will be anchoring the defense right now. Right now, he has the D tackle, Arthur Humphrey, and Isaac will be playing the mic and the wheel.
The ends, we got, who's that on the other side? We got Daniel Ramsey. Can't see who's that on the other side over there.
Tillman playing right in.
Yep. And then we got Brent Nichols in the middle as well, next to Seti at D tackle.
So they come out 2-by-2 formation, single back, 1st and 10. Quarterback drop backs to pass. He looks to roll.
Looked like it was a screen.
Pass is incomplete.
Good pressure from the D line. We had a few people on the back end running free. Receiver dropped it, but it was lucky. He had some daylight. Just got to make sure we keep
Defensive end contain.
keep discipline on that defensive end. By D Ram, he had to make sure he steps up.
And that's that right there will be the key with all these new starters on this defense. Will these guys trust the process? They have to do their job. Defensive end definitely have to contain.
Linebackers definitely have to get depth as well.
2nd and 10, come out in a pistol formation. He breaks to a split backfield.
Draw up.
Looks like they stopped him just short of the first down.
Off tackle run. He picked up about 8 strong yards, leaving 3rd and 10. There's definitely some holes going on. Good run by the Predators. Defense pride itself in 3 and out. It's a learning process. Guys definitely have to do their job. Split backfield. 2 receivers, 1 tight end.
Quarterback draw.
And he's short. On the quarterback keep, should bring up 4th down for about a yard gain. Like they're going for it.
This is our Achilles heel on our defense. We tend to not get off the field as much as of late. 3rd down, it seemed like we'll have them behind the sticks. Next thing you know, we're not disciplined, jumping off sides. They get a big play. So let's see how they hold up on this one.
Definitely, right now they line up. Going for it on 4th down.
Same pistol set.
Vital at quarterback. Pistol formation. Toss right. Did he get it? He is short.
Good defense, no gain. Good way to string it out. Good tackle by young Jordan Marquez.
No gain on the play. First down, Greyhawks.
It's a lot of new key additions on our offensive line and on our offense. We've got a new system going out this year. It's been very successful as of late. Just need to see if we can keep capitalizing on each week. Key players to pay attention to. Stefan, I can't keep saying Stefan's name.
Mamusic.
Mamusic.
So the Greyhawks break the huddle in a single back 2x2 formation going from north to south.
Nate Guillory in the backfield. Juju Banks at the QB.
Motion. Inside run, Nate gets it. He finds some daylight.
Good game, good game. About a 20-yard gain on that.
First down. Good play on that. Good execution. What we're looking at, what the Greyhawks decided to do was to send motion. They shifted and ran opposite of the motion off tackle. Had the defensive line slanting towards the motion for a good gain. 1st and 10. At quarterback, you do have number 2, Jew Banks. Boyd out wide, 2x2 formation. In the slot, Stefan, Aramas, and Outlaw. All your 4 receivers, single back, motion from right to left. Handoff to Guillory. He picks up another 10. Get it.
Good 13-yard gain.
13.
Good hard running, good hard running. Run game seems to be the concept for the day. With inclement weather, ground and pound, tire out their defensive line. Obviously, something in the scouting report that we seen, something that exposed their defensive line. and pretty much attacking it at this point right now.
And so right now, it looks like the Greyhawks are coming in with a tight end and a fullback. And sure enough, they did. Our formation, 1st and 10. Hand off to Cam. He off tackle. Gain about 8 yards.
Gain on the play by number 20, Cameron Smith.
And the announcer says 6-yard gain. We got to get his glasses.
It's about 8. What the sticks say. It says 8.
And Seti right now is our fullback. He is wearing number 11 for, the Greyhawks captain, Jimmy Provost. Like I said, we do have several guys hurt. We have Jason Drekich, who's up here with me today. Bobby. And right now the Greyhawks come out 2nd and about 3. In our formation, we got a motion coming across the field from left to right. And we got a full start on Marche, 74, right guard. Mental mistakes.
A little antsy.
False start on the Greyhawks.
One thing about our offensive line, they like their Achilles is pass blocking, but they love run. That pretty much to set them up. Once you get them in a rhythm on run blocking, then you know what you're going to get out of them at the pass blocking at that point. As long as they know they're going forward, they tend to be a little antsy. They want to
Definitely.
power up on people a lot, but that's the one thing about the Greyhawks. We've been a power team since existence.
Greyhawks about 2nd and 7, comes out to trips left. Single back. Nice run. Give it to Cam. He picks up about 11, 12 yards.
The Greyhawks first down.
Good run. Nice play calling by James Everett and young Ryan Horn over there. Split them out wide. Get the defense out of that box because they've been playing 8 in the box. So get them out that box, spread them out, run it up the gut off tackle. Good game plan as of late.
Fullback out. 1st and goal for the Greyhawks. 9 minutes, 36 seconds in the first quarter, 0-0, as the Greyhawks are in the red zone threatening to score. 1st and goal. Split backfield. It's a timeout on the field with the Greyhawks. And since the Greyhawks are calling a timeout, we will take a break
Timeout on the field.
on ColoradoSports.TV.com. Back. After a Greyhawks timeout, 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Greyhawks with the ball, 1st and goal, and a split back formation. Slot left. We got a motion to pass is complete to Stephen out the backfield for no gain.
Looked like no gain. Good tackle by the safety in the open field.
Brings us 2nd and down. No gain on the play.
Like Stephen is a little limping a little bit. 2nd and goal. And defensive-wise, Drake, what are they giving the Greyhawks, the Predators?
They're pretty much running like a semi 4-4 front. They're trying to just keep two safeties high. And they're right now what they're doing, they're running man coverage with a two-man shell. And they're just trying to keep 8 in the box. But so right now it looks like it's a 5 from somebody's coming and somebody's not. So they're just trying to play mind games just to pick and choose who hit gaps in the whole 9. That's pretty much what it looks like.
Timeout, Greyhawks.
And we have another timeout by the Greyhawks. And folks, like I was saying, right now it seems to be something's going on, and they call a timeout to make sure they got the right personnel or the right play call. You never want to get down the red zone without getting any points. And right now, I know the Greyhawks definitely want to get into the end zone.
Yeah, definitely can't shoot yourself in the foot when you have opportunities to score points. But Predator's defense seemed to be well equipped to play ball and to stop the run. But as of late, right now, we've been getting a few yards, gashing them here and there. But I think they're trying to hold their own in this red zone situation.
Right now, Greyhawks come out in I formation.
Predators in a standing 8 pretty much.
We have a motion. Toss right to Nate.
Said he missed the block on that outside.
No gain on the play.
Another no gain. Third down. That was a good defense by the Predators, stringing it out. Running back coach, he should be getting on Nate on that play right there because he should have dipped inside.
Yeah, also got to make sure that fullback does his job and kick somebody out.
Oh. Yep. So right now we're 3rd and goal. Banks in the huddle.
Third and goal, about 8.
Pretty much right now the Greyhawks probably will try to air this out a little bit. And usually in this situation, if it ain't there, the quarterback will try to make something happen.
Julian Banks scrambles. Is that there in the corner? Is that a Romas?
Pass incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Bring up 4th down.
Intended for number 1, Romas Robertson.
I thought he was going to go to this corner.
4th down.
4th down. And the Greyhawks are lining up to go for it. Greyhawks break the huddle. 7 minutes and 2 seconds in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Greyhawks come out in the trips formation. 2 backs. That pass is a touchdown, but we have
laundry on the field, maybe a legal formation.
illegal procedure.
The motion man advanced to the line of scrimmage, most likely.
.652 with a penalty on the play. Touchdown called back. 4th and goal. Let's see what the Greyhawks going to do. Banks is coming to the sideline to get a play. It seemed like the motion back was heading upfield, and they called him for a procedure.
It was pretty much a wide open play. It was a good play call, but bad execution on the Greyhawks' part.
And we have
Do we have a delayed game? They didn't reset. They didn't reset the 25 clock and got illegal proceed. A delayed game.
Well, it's the mental mistakes.
Yep.
It's the mental mistakes. Greyhawks in trips formation, single back in motion. Drop back to pass, Banks looking. And it's intercepted in the end zone.
Predators.
Touchback, Predators.
Obviously, on that play right there, it looks like there was a bad spacing by the receivers because there were two receivers in the same spot.
You are correct.
And pretty much that's always a situation that's going to end up going bad when you have two receivers in the same spot trying to catch a pass. Good defense by the Predators holding up in that red zone stand. Definitely got to make sure we fix that play calling for the next time and execution as well.
So the Predators take over 1st and 10 after the Greyhawks mishaps. 5 minutes and 58 seconds in the first quarter. Score 0-0. And
Clock still running.
Greyhawks defense back on the field. What we got?
Look like 21.
The quarterback drop backs the pass, fires over the middle, is incomplete.
The receiver seemed like he didn't want to catch it. He had alligator arms on that one.
But it was there. It was there. Linebackers cement in their shoes. No drops in coverage, opening up to the receiver to the side. So right now, 2nd and 10 for the Predators, and they come out. Look like an empty formation. Don't be surprised.
Quarterback run.
Correct.
Because it looks like they're trying to exploit something.
Vital at quarterback.
Yep. Quarterback run. Not breaking down on tackles.
Big gain by the Predators. Big gain by the Predators. That looked like it was about 32-yard run.
Yep. No breaking down. Not staying in lanes. Linebackers getting sucked up. Not staying disciplined in the back end.
Good play by the Predators. Got the Greyhawks on the heels. Greyhawks look like they're in a 44.
Nickel package.
Single back. 1st and 10, toss right. Greyhawks there on the tackle.
Lost for about 2.
Stopped on the play, 3-yard loss.
Looked like that was Fat Joe on the tackle. Good pursuit. Behind the sticks. Should be 2nd and about 12. Second and 12. Predators break the huddle in a pistol formation.
Got a tight slot on this right-hand side. Look like he's probably going to peel and hook the end. Hard running up the middle for about 4.
3-yard gain on the play.
Off the left side of the Predators, they picked up about 4 yards. Should leave them about 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Greyhawks to try to get off the field as the Predators are over midfield.
But there's one thing I could say about from just looking right now. The Predators came to play ball. Don't look like they're a team that have any quit in them.
So right now, still 2-by-2 single back. Quarterback draws back the pass. He fires over and complete.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 5.
We got a guy.
Got an injury down there.
I like the strong safety, Jordan.
Look like it may be a knee situation.
And so as we have an injury on the field, we will take a break on Colorado Sports TV. And we're back on Colorado Sports TV. Injury on the field. Player coming off the field up under his own power. And the Predators are going for it on 4th down. And about 8. Split backfield. And there's some laundry on the field.
Flag on the play. False start on the Predators.
Legal procedure. Bagging them up.
Raise it 4th and long.
Look like they're bringing the punt team on. And right now, with 2 minutes and 52 seconds in the first quarter, the score is 0-0. As the Predators attempt to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Stefan Mamuzic. Bad snap, punter is running, and he's tackled.
Punter taken down on a bad snap at the 41-yard line. Greyhawks ball, 1st and 10.
It was a little short snap that the punter couldn't get, and he tried to make the best out of what he could, and it was a negative play.
Yeah, that snap bounced at his feet, and when that happens, it's hard to control and recover.
Exactly.
Especially when you've got a defender barreling down on you. As someone who used to be a kicker, I can tell you it's no fun.
It's no fun. So the Greyhawks takes over at the 39-yard line with 2 minutes and 43 seconds in the first quarter.
1st and 10 for the Greyhawks.
2-by-2 formation, single back. Predators 2 safeties deep. Corners off man.
There's a snap.
Inside handoff.
It's number 20, Cameron Smith.
That D tackle pretty much busted through that line. Somebody's not picking him up. Definitely got to make sure we tighten that up on our blocking scheme on that line. Look like the Predators are pretty much just setting heat and running a cover 4. they're not respecting the passing game pretty much. They're just making sure they'll give us all the short passes, but nothing over top is what it looks like to me.
2nd and 8. 2-by-2, single back, Banks, and a shotgun formation. Predatorz show blitz, inside handoff. Cam up the middle, number 20, for about 5 yards.
The last 2 of which with at least 2 people on his back.
And 3rd down, and I'll say a long 3. Greyhawks break the huddle. 1 minute, 34 seconds. First quarter. 2-by-2 formation, single back. In the slot, number 1, Aramis Robinson and Stephen Mamouche is in the slot. Linebacker show blitz, drop off, inside handoff. He bounced out.
Good run.
And he did pick up the first down. Picked up about 5 yards.
Good vision on that run by Cam. Good downhill running. I think right now the Greyhawks are pretty much going back to what was successful before, running the ball. I think that's a good idea as of late until we get the spacing in the back end with the receivers properly done. But look like first down on the 22.
Split back, single backfield, 2-by-2 formations with the wideouts. Banks up on in shotgun, looks to pass. He throws to the flats. He has number 1, Aramis Robinson. He cuts across the middle, and he goes down for a gain about, let's see where you mark it.
Clock still running.
About 8.
Clock still running.
30 seconds left in the quarter.
And right now, that was Banks' first pass completed. And definitely taking what the defense give them, as you said. They're not trying to give anything up over the top. And he did take I call it the easy money. Trips formation, trips right, 8 seconds in the first quarter. Clock rolling, 4. Banks take the shot, the snap, this fade pattern, touchdown to
Like, is that Outlaw?
Outlaw.
With no time left in the period.
So the Greyhawks did answer from the Predatorz mishaps on the punt and takes about 40 yards for about an 18-yard touchdown pass to Outlaw.
Yeah, Outlaw been a great addition to the Greyhawks this year. He came from the Colorado Springs Raptors last year, one of their best receivers. He looked to make a change, and he definitely has contributed ever since he stepped on the field. Highly respect the young man. I've been told him when he first got on our team, I said, hey, man, we don't know you, but make sure everybody knows you at the end of the day. Make sure make your last name be reputable and known. And as of late, Antoine Outlaw been out here doing a damn good job.
Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here. Greyhawks 7, Predatorz 0. We're going to step aside real quick, and then we will be back here at the start of the second quarter. Thanks for watching Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Greyhawks versus Predatorz. Well, folks, welcome back to Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Greyhawks versus Predators. We are live from Shea Stadium here in Highlands Ranch. Greyhawks ended the first quarter by scoring a touchdown in the last seconds, so they come into this with a lead of 7-0 here. But the Predators have shown that they are not going to be a pushover in this game. So we've got 3 quarters of it still to go. We've got lots of football. You never know what's going to end up happening. But thank you for watching. Predators are going to start their drive here in a second on the 40-yard line. Well, just shy of it here. Close enough.
And it's 1st and 10. Sorry about that. Scott, appreciate you. I had to jump on the headsets a little bit. A toss play. Ooh, way to step up. From the Predators, they picked up about 1 yard line, 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Greyhawks made a little adjustment. Jordan is back in the game. Good to see that.
Jason had to go down there and start coaching a little bit.
Yeah.
He's hard to – you can tell he's still a player. He's hard to sit still.
He can't be up in here, and I'm itching the same way. So right now, look like we have somewhat of a trio formation. Option, quarterback keeps, and he goes down.
I got to say, honestly, this is the first time I've seen the Predators play.
This is my first time, too.
And I've been impressed.
And they're a gritty group.
They're definitely putting up a fight here in this game so far, and which is nice to see.
And usually, with you being at most of my games, Scott, we usually putting up points.
Oh yeah,
a lot, and they are definitely being gamers. Coming out 2 by 2, single back, quarterback about 7 yards. Look, you got a deep ball, and pass is incomplete.
looks like he overthrew his receiver there, number 5 for the Predators. I'm afraid I don't have rosters up here. We'll see if we can't find one during the halftime. So, or if need be, pull up their website and get it.
Yes, sir. And so right now it's 4th down and about 11. And let's see what the Predators come up with. And
I'm surprised they're going for it. They're in the midfield here.
We're probably going to be looking at a quick kick. Me right now, I would probably go for a line up for a block just in case.
Yep, looks like they've got lined up there for some kind of punt situation.
And he's that looks like he's back. All right.
It's about 10 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the delay of game flag.
We'll back him up a little bit, Scott.
Well, if your kicker's got any kind of leg, they might have done you a favor.
Don't be surprised you see a quick kick like they're going for it and just kick it with Vital next time they get in the punt formation. In punt formation, look like the Greyhawks advising both gunners. Ball is snapped. He did get it away. It is a good kick. Mamouche is back deep. He did field it. Coming to the right side. Oh, too much dancing.
He's still on his feet
he's
at
still
the
on
30.
his feet. He did get it.
Snakes the line and finally shoved out of bounds on the 48-yard line. He received that kick on the 20-yard line, so it's a pickup of 28 yards on that. And he gave the Greyhawks great field position right here, midfield, to start this drive.
Yeah, that right there probably took the stamina level down a little bit with all that dancing and moving. And the Predators right now look like they may be on their heels for some water right now.
Yeah. Well, that was probably a 60-yard drive, except at least half of it was laterally. And they don't count those. So
Greyhawks first and 10. I formation. Banks on the center. Showing blitz Predators coming down. Oh, ran into his own man. And did he make it back to the line? He probably lost a yard off that play.
see, I was thinking he picked up a yard, but I was going to have to see where they spot it. Although it looks like they're going to put him right back at the line of scrimmage, so gain of nothing.
Second and 10.
He did get a nice move in, though. I mean, he stopped them right in their tracks.
Greyhawks breaks the huddle. Predators, let's see what we got defensive-wise. 5-man front now. With one backer. 2-back formation.
Well, the Predators do a blitz, and they are successful with it. They push them back. What are we looking at, 5 yards, 6 yards back? So it's going to be 3rd and 16 here for the Greyhawks, lined up on the 36-yard line.
And if that works, I see right now when they go 2-back, they are bringing the 8 in the box. And I see Coach Everett got the 2-back formation out and going to spread them out.
Brings it 3rd and long for the Greyhawks.
So it's 3rd and forever. I would say 3rd and Fort Collins, you think?
Better than 3rd and Cheyenne.
2-by-2 formation, single back. Banks and gun, drop backs to pass, looks, and he takes off. And he gets the first down. Good run by Banks using his feet.
And his head. He just steps out of there and avoids any contact.
A gain of 19 on the run by Banks. One good thing, Scott, that your quarterback for the Greyhawks definitely can use his feet.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely can use his feet.
Well, and like you said earlier, if he doesn't see something, he's going to make something.
He would definitely make something. And just me seeing here how they drop him back, the middle of the field is open.
After so many years on the sideline coaching the Greyhawks, I'm actually kind of proud of you how well you're doing up here. You're a little calmer than I expected.
Oh, 1st and 10, we did get some laundry on the field.
Did the Predators jump, or were they drawn off?
It looked like he's calling it against the Greyhawks.
Yep.
False start Greyhawks. We'll back them up.
Looks like they're calling it on the Greyhawks.
So it'll be a replay of first downs. Could be 1st and 15.
False start on the Greyhawks.
Well, as the last set of plays just showed, you don't need to panic.
No. Seeing like we got some miscommunication going on with the Greyhawks. They in 2-by-2. Single back. Banks in the gun. And it's caught by the tight end.
That is complete. He steps out of bounds on the 43-yard line. So that will cut his distance in half. He's looking at 2nd and 6.
Banks rolled a little half roll, found the tight end running a little out route and connects with him and picked up some positive yards. 2nd and about 6. Banks in shotgun 2-by-2 formation. Seems like that's the formation of choice. Misdirect the running back to the opposite side. And complete the Boyd on a nice little skinny post.
Well, that's going to push the ball up to the 28-yard line. It's close to a 20-yard throw there.
Give him the first down. A good throw by Banks. And then one thing, Scott, with this new offense that we are messing with, Coach Everett is definitely making Banks a better passer.
Mm-hmm.
Motion to trips. Inside run to Nate Guillory. He breaks it.
He's got room. Predators end up jumping on his back, however, brings him down inside the 5. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Greyhawks with 7:13 left on the clock here in the second quarter.
Nice run by Nate, being patient, making cuts. Instead of breaking outside, he stayed it up. He kept it in the middle of the field. So good run by Nate Guillory and good push by the offensive line.
Absolutely. They were giving him the room he needed.
And so now it's 1st and goals. Inside the 3-yard line, 1st and goal on the 3. 6 minutes and 42 seconds left. Greyhawks up 7-0 and threatening. 2-back formation, Banks on the center.
Oh, couldn't turn the corner, and the Predators were able to drag him out of bounds.
And there's some dirty laundry on the field.
Yeah.
We got a holding call.
Well, that's going to push them back, but still inside the 10. You know, I don't know if I would have taken that call. They're closer to the goal line, but it had been 2nd down.
And he got no yards. Matter of fact, he lost 2 yards on
Right.
that play. So,
Yeah, that's an interesting one to see if you know which way to go.
well, with me, if they do that, I would spread them out.
Oh,
Right now.
we lost your mic here. Hold on a second. Sorry, folks. We're having trouble with
Banks drop back to pass. Has a receiver in the flats. And he gets in. Touchdown, Greyhawks. Pass completed to Aromas by Banks for about 7 yards.
and I missed it. I had my head in the audio box trying to get the mic situation all worked out.
That's the Greyhawks line up. Look like they're going for the PAT. And the score right now, 13-0, 5 minutes, 27 seconds in the first quarter.
Well, the Greyhawks are lined up to take the kick. And they don't miss the point after kick very often.
Well, this is a new kicker here. And
Not a lot of height on that, but just enough to matter.
14-0, 14-0, 5:27. And right now, once we do this, we will go to a break and be back on the kickoff from Colorado Sports TV.
Well, folks, welcome back. We're about to get this kickoff here underway. We've got 5:27 left in the second period here. And we just saw the Greyhawks drive down the field, pick up their second touchdown, putting the score at 14-0 here. They're going to kick off back to the Predators. He started about the 35-yard line, so he picked up about 6 there. Give the Predators 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line here, so about midfield. Not a bad place to start off. And like I said, this is my first time seeing the Predators in action, and I got to say, I'm impressed. They are playing much better playing team than I anticipated. I don't know why. I didn't really come with any expectations. Colorado has a number of semi-pro teams between the two leagues for men, and then there's a women's league as well. Thundercats are playing the Blaze right now up on the north side of the Metro. We had the Blaze's home game with us a couple weeks ago, their season opener, and it's possible that we'll be back with them once or twice more before the season is done. Right now it's 2nd and 6. Predators are going to fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to keep it. He brings it up. Looks like he got the first down or very close to it, depending upon where the officials end up spotting it. But the chain game's already moving, so they're going to say he got the first down, crossed over the midfield mark, and sitting on the 48-yard line. Rashad couldn't take it. He had to head down to the sideline and talk to the coaches about a couple of things that he's seeing. I'm sure he'll be back with us shortly. Predators going to hand it off up the middle, right side, however, but the defense was right there waiting for him. It's a gain of 2. Quarterback's in the shotgun. He's been pretty much the whole game. I haven't seen him under center that I recall. But he's lined up to pass. He's going. And that is complete. Oh, he picked that up around the 15-yard line, 15, 20-yard line, and then drives it down to the 7-yard line before stepping out of bounds or being pushed out of bounds. I'm not quite sure which. But that puts the Predators in striking position. They are lined up inside the 10 on the 8-yard line here. As you can see, we've got just around 2.5 minutes to go. Let me get rid of that second board so it's not as distracting. Quarterback tried to keep it and sneak it up the middle there, but they were ready for him. No gain. Or actually, no, he lost a few yards on that, actually. He's now pushed back to the 11-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 here. At 2 minutes to go in the first half here, and we just had our first crack of thunder. Here, when this play is complete, I'll let you see the view from the west and see what we're looking at. Quarterback's going to scramble right. Options to keep it. Drives it in. And gets the touchdown. Broke 2 tackles. And is able to get the ball across the line with 1:30 to go in the period. I'm still in hockey mode. I'm sorry, folks. Quarter. I've been coming off of a winter of lots of hockey games, and everything is a period to me right now, and I got to adjust because football uses quarters. Anyway, we got 1:30 left here in the second quarter, and the Predators are on the board. Our kicker's lined up for the point after. And it was blocked, picked up by the Greyhawks, but that is not going to do him any good. That is going to during a whistle of the play dead. Well, looks like there's a little congestion of something. The Predators coach is on the field trying to talk to the Zebras. Looks like they're going to line up and try that again. Offsides or some penalty against the Greyhawks because they are moving closer to the goal line, and we're going to try this again. And that one is good. So we're going to step aside real quick for a quick break. The Predators were able to cut the lead in half with 1:29 to go in the second quarter. Greyhawks 14 and the Predators 7. We'll be right back, folks. And welcome back to Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Greyhawks versus Predators. We're at Shea Stadium in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We're about to kick off here, but before we do, I want to show you what we're looking at to the west. Normally, we've got gorgeous sunset right now and beautiful view of the mountains, but right now we're kind of socked in with clouds as the kick There's a fumble, and the Predators think they have it. They do. They were able to recover that on the 37-yard line. 33-yard line, excuse me. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mile High Predators in the Greyhawks defensive zone. Oh, wow. He had that stripped out from him while he was trying to bring the pass through or bring the kick back.
1st and 10 for the Predators. Minute 18 left in the half. 14-7. Greyhawks are up.
So Predators get back underway here with minute 17 and counting in the first half. He fires that one down. Incomplete. He was hoping for some interference calls, but did not get it. He was trying to plead his case, but it wasn't going to go anywhere. It's going to bring us to 2nd and 10 here. All right, Predators come up to the line. 2 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 in the back with the quarterback. There is the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's crossed threshold, stays on his feet, and gets to the 26-yard line. Got 59.3 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. All right, they come up to the line here. 3rd and 5. Under a minute to go. Once again, to the left, 1 to the right. With a back. He's going deep. Almost brings it in. I know the post is kind of in the way. Even if he was able to rein that one in, he'd have done so out of bounds. So that one's going to come back for another attempt here. It took 10 seconds off the clock. We're sitting at 49 seconds to go. And the temperature has dropped. Whew. I'm getting some cold breeze coming through this open windows into the press box here. You'd think that mid-May it'd be a little warmer here in Colorado, but well, for those of you watching out of state, you may not realize. For those of you watching in state, you know this perfectly well. But the weather in Colorado is straight up schizophrenic. It's not crazy. It went past crazy. It's straight into schizophrenia land. It can be 80 and sunny on Monday, 30 and snowing on Tuesday, 50 and windy on Thursday. I mean, it just all over the place. Looks like an EKG map. Watching our weekly thermostat. And if you don't like the weather wherever you are in Colorado, pick a direction and drive a half hour, and you'll have different weather. It's very unique. Well, the Predators are going to go for a field goal here. on the 4th down. They're lining up for the kick on the 39-yard line. This will be a 49-yard kick. It is deflected. It's a live ball. The Greyhawks have it. They're trying to run back, but they get knocked out of bounds just over the 35-yard line. 37.2 left on the clock, and the Greyhawks will take over. Greyhawks don't have anyone in the backfield. Oh, no, I was mistaken. There's one in the back. Quick throw to his left. He's broke the line. Does not have anybody near him. And touchdown, Greyhawks. So the Predators tried to strike back, cut the lead in half, but the Greyhawks respond by putting another 6 on the board. Currently it's 20-7 with 26.4 seconds left to go in this half. They're lining up for the point after kick, so we could be looking at 21-7 here in just a few seconds. And the kick is up. And they're saying it's good. No good. No good. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the angle from here. It looked like it was good, but the Zebras know better. So we're just a few seconds away from halftime, and we are looking 20-7. Greyhawks lead here as a bird of prey. Let's see if I can't get a shot of it. Just flew over the field and landed on the lights here. He came to watch the game. Couldn't tell if it was an actual hawk or a brown eagle. I can get a good look at him. Or golden eagle. I'm not a zoologist, sorry. And there he goes. The Predators are going to start their run on the 10-yard line and gets taken out of bounds here on the 32, but there is laundry on the field. Got 2 different flags down. Have to see what the call is. 19.4 left on the clock. Holding against the Predators. So they're going to start 1st and 10 on, and they're backing them up here to the 18-yard line. Well, the quarterback couldn't find an open man that he wanted to risk the throw with, so he kept moving to his right and eventually ran out of real estate, stepped out of bounds, stopping the clock at 11.2, and bringing us to the second down. Oh, he was able to get the throw off that time. It was about a 40-yard throw, actually, but just a couple feet too far past his receiver's hands. Bring us to third down with 3.6 left on the clock. That was definitely a going for it throw. But unfortunately, his receiver was just a step or two short of being able to have a shot at that completion. So the Predators will stay with their formation they've liked. 2 to the left, 1 to the right with a blocker in the backfield. Oh, quarterback was trying to make a move, but he ended up losing his footing. Went down, got sacked just as the clock was running out. So we will go into halftime here, folks. Greyhawks 20, Predatorz 7. Thank you for watching. We are live from Shea Stadium here in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We'll be back in about 15 minutes after the halftime, so now's a great time to go get something to eat or drink. Give your favorite establishment a call, have them bring over some food. But be back here in 15 minutes as we get this game back underway. Thanks so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Greyhawks versus Predators. Right now, we are just a few seconds away from getting the third quarter underway. I almost said period, but I caught myself. Score is 20-7, favor of the Greyhawks. And if you're wondering how we got to this score, let me tell you, at the end of the first quarter, it was 0-0. The Greyhawks scored two touchdowns, complete with point afters, before the Predators responded with their own touchdown and point after. And, well, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. In the last seconds of the first quarter, the Greyhawks put the first score on the board. And then midway through the second, they added the second. The Predators responded. And then with just a few minutes left to go in the first half, the Greyhawks put another 6 on the board, but were unsuccessful with their point after attempt. And all this activity drove Rashad down to the sideline. He was originally going to be with us up here in the booth, but after so many years of being the coach, it was hard for him to sit up here and watch and not be a little more actively involved. So he had to go down there and talk with folks. So I'm afraid that'll leave me up here. We're getting ready to have the kickoff here. Predators will kick the ball off to the Greyhawks. The field here at Shea Stadium is situated north-south. So we've got the north to your right, and we are looking west into some really nasty clouds. But hopefully the rain will hold off another couple hours and let us get this rest of the game in before it just opens up. And the kick is now underway. It's a deep one, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Greyhawk receiver will bring it back, and he is finally brought down just over the 45. About a 30-yard gain on that kick. Get my tripod set up correctly. The field's awful shiny, so we're getting a lot of reflective light off of the turf from the lights right there. Makes it even more noticeable because of the darker section right there in midfield. But we'll try to do our best here for you, folks. Get you decent pictures. All right. First drive of the second half for the Greyhawks. 1st and 10 on the 35, excuse me. Bit of a low snap, but he's able to bring it back. And that pass is complete at the 50-yard line. Still running. Cuts back, gets to the 30 before being brought down. So 30-29, I'm not sure where they're going to set that, but either way, it was a huge drive. Puts them just outside the red zone here. And once again, we're looking at 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks. Oh, he busts through that line straight up. Strong arms, a safety before crossing the goal line to put another 6 on the board here in under 2 minutes in the third quarter. So the Greyhawks have jumped up 26-7 here. They're going to line up for the point after attempt. Now, I learned some interesting information during the halftime. The Greyhawks kicker, number 40, is new to football, actually. He comes to the Greyhawks and the Colorado Football Alliance from playing soccer for many, many years. He's a soccer goalkeeper who is trying to convert here over to play in some semi-pro football. So he's still learning the position. What he told me was the point after attempt was just snap wasn't great but recoverable, and he's just learning to adjust to kicks to snaps like that. That one though is through the uprights and good, putting the score to 27-7. 3:36 left in the third quarter. Or excuse me, 13:36 left in the third quarter. We've got most of the period to go. What am I doing trying to take 10 minutes away? It's going to bring it back here and get ready for the kickoff and see what the Predators are going to be able to do in response to that initial one-play drive, well, 2 plays, drive down the field to score. Kids are having fun here tonight in the stands. Running around, having a good time. Greyhawks get set up for the kick here. He's going to start off on the 20-yard line. He makes a few cuts, but gets brought down at the 37. So as we hear the house announcer say, yep, we're looking at 1st and 10 for the Mile High Predators. 13:28 left to go. Predators are staying with their same lineup, but this one gets handed off up the middle. Unfortunately, the Greyhawks defense, or fortunately, depending upon which team you're here to watch, but the Greyhawks defense was sitting right there waiting for him. No gain, 2nd and 10. That pass is complete back at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to pick up a few more before he shoved out of bounds. Looks like he's going to be right around the 42-yard line. Oh, the Greyhawks intercept that one. It went right through the receiver's hands into the defenders. So we have our first turnover of the game. Greyhawks will start off the drive, 1st and 10 on the 48. Eric Ramsey is the defender who gets that interception. Let me reposition the mic here. Maybe you can hear the sounds of the game a little better. He is still on his feet after getting through the line. Finally gets brought down about the 31-yard line. Nate Gilreys is the runner on that, and we could see one of the Predators doing push-ups there. He knew he was in trouble. That's his way of saying, yeah, that's on me. All right, here we go. Let's get these done. All right, snap, handoff again. Right up the middle. This time he is untouched all the way to the goal line, into the soccer net. Once again, Gilreys is able to take it up the middle. Puts another 6 on the board. We're at 33-7. 10:23 left to go in the third quarter. Greyhawks have decided not to kick this one. Point after attempt will be an extra point. So they're going to go for 2 here. Try to make up for that kick that didn't work. Not sure what they're discussing down there. It looks like the Zebras are finally able to get everything worked out, and Greyhawks are lining up for their attempt. They've decided not to go for two. They're going to kick it after all. Oh, and we have another flag. So they see something they don't like with the lineup. Yeah, the Predators are clapping, so it looks like it's against the Greyhawks. Offsetting penalties.
Penalties are declined. Will re-kick. Kick is up. And it's good.
Now that one is good.
4-7. 10
So,
minutes and 23 seconds left in the third quarter.
as you said, 10:23 left in the third quarter here, and the Greyhawks have jumped up to a 34-7 lead. 5 touchdowns so far for the Greyhawks. All right. Greyhawks are going to kick off to the Predators. Oh, it's a live ball on the ground. He's able to recover that and get on his horse and run. He passes the midfield, but steps out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. They're going to call it the 41. That was a nice return by the Predator player. Number 5. Again, I don't have a roster, and neither does the press box, so I can't give you proper credit, sir, but it was a very nice run. So the Predators will start 1st and 10 in the defensive zone of the Greyhawks. So they may be down 4 touchdowns, but they're not ready to give up yet. They know the Greyhawks scored all that quick, and there's twice as much time yet to go in the game. So anything is possible. Oh, hit him in the chest and bounced out before he could complete the pass. He was wide open and down at the 20. But shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Doesn't count. 10:03 left to go in the third.
Raises 2nd and 10 for the Predators.
All right, Predators break their huddle and come on up to the line. 2nd and 10 for them. They're keeping the same formation they've had most of the game. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, with somebody in the backfield. He airs it out again to the left. This time, in and out of the hands at the 5-yard line. So that's an incomplete pass. It'll be still 3rd and 10 here from the 44-yard line. 9:59 left on the clock.
So brings it 3rd and 10 for the Predators. Pass is incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had a shot at that, but they're saying it was incomplete. So we're at 4th and 10.
Ball intended for number 5.
I would guess that the Predator are going to bring out their punt team here. They don't want to turn the ball over at midfield. Yep, and the Dayglow shoes are out. So their kicker's got really bright shoes. I like them.
Predators are looking to punt on 4th and
I've got a motorcycle helmet that same color.
the Greyhawks 44-yard line.
Well, it's not a tall kick, but it goes far enough. Greyhawk's going to start his run on the 8-yard line, and he's still going. Steps out of bounds around the 27.
Bounds around the 26-yard line. Brings it 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks. So after the penalty, it brings it 1st and 10 from the Greyhawks 45-yard line.
Well, after the penalty gets done undoing most of what the kick did, they're going to start off right about where they were. So it makes me wonder if Predator wouldn't have been better off to go for it. But quick pass over the middle. He's still on his feet. Crosses the 40-yard line. I overran him, sorry.
Greyhawks 36-yard line.
So that is going to once again bring us 1st and 10 on the 37. Greyhawks continue their steady march on down the field here. Greyhawks are going to spread the whole field out. They got 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the back, which means they don't have much protection for the quarterback. But he doesn't need it. He gets rid of it quick to his right. And they're going to bring him down around the 25-yard line.
Brings it 1st and 10.
Gets tackled from behind and a little bit of limping off the field, but he got off quick, so not to slow anybody down. Let the quarterback and the rest of the team keep their pace going.
Completed by number 87, Sia Zeta.
But He's down on the sideline here. Hopefully it's just some kind of cramp or something minor. Well, the Greyhawks air that off to the corner, but
Intended for number 16.
yeah,
Shiny Boyd.
and that was intended for Boyd, but it was targeting was not quite right, and they were not able to make that pass completion. So we will be 2nd and 10 here on the 25.
Flag on the play.
Offsides against the Predator.
Offsides on the defense.
So that's going to help the Greyhawks out.
Greyhawks closer to the end zone. Brings in 2nd and 5.
Oh,
Incomplete. Brings in 3rd and 5 for the Greyhawks.
that receiver's got some speed. The quarterback only did a 3-step drop on that, and already he was a good 15, 20 yards down the field. But they weren't quite able to get the timing right on that, and we are looking at 3rd and 5. Oh, he cuts back, another cut, and crosses the goal line.
Cameron Smith.
So the Greyhawks are now up 40-7 here. 7:32 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Greyhawks once again are going to kick it instead of going for 2.
Kick is up, and it's good. 41-7.
Predators tried to block that, but unsuccessful in the block attempt, and he gets it over the crossbar. So that adds another one to the board. 41-7 here in the 3rd quarter. Thank Ron Sears for helping me out. Jaffrin Kellum is number 5 for the Predators here.
Predator set to receive. Kick is up.
Well, they receive that on the 20. And they bring the ball up to about the 40-yard line, maybe just over. We'll have to see where they spot that. right now set on the 42, but I don't know if that's... Oh, yep, they're going to keep it there. So the Predators will stew 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Oh, no. No, one of the other line judges said, no, actually, we're going to start that from the 40. So... the scrum was large enough and congested enough. I wasn't able to see that from my angle myself, but the officials are down on the field at a much better view.
So it's 1st and 10, 7 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Greyhawks up 41-7.
He's going to air that out to his left. He's just off target, or the receiver was not able to hit his mark. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. The result is an incomplete pass here, and we're going to do 2nd and 10 from the 40.
Ball was intended for number 10. Please stand behind the blue line. Thank you.
Oh, the snap is bobbled. Tried to go straight to the receiver or to the running back, but it didn't work.
Brings it 3rd and 10 for the Predators.
He immediately got swallowed up by Greyhawks defenders. So it looks like it could be a small loss. I'm not sure. No, they're gonna put it back on the 40. So we are 3rd and 10 here from the 40. With 6:50 to go in the quarter.
Ball is up. Almost picked off.
That was overthrown, but the receivers or underrun. Again, I'm not sure, but it almost went into the hands of a Greyhawk defender. He wasn't able to complete that. Gave the Predators a bit of a gift there. So it's going to be 4th and 10 here from the 40. And the Dayglow shoes are back out. So we are looking at another punt.
Set to receive.
The Greyhawks have a receiver deep to receive the kick.
Timeout on the Greyhawks.
The Greyhawks are going to go ahead and take the first time out of the half here.
There's the punt, high punt. Stefan Monaguzes with the return. Run up the middle, taken down around the 38-yard line. Brings it 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks.
Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes the downside when you're doing everything yourself is you don't make it back in time. What happened was they did the kick down and brought it up to the 37. So the Greyhawks will take over 1st and 10 from the 37. We got 5:40 left on the clock. But the Zebras saw something they didn't like, and we've got a little more mustard on the relish.
First and 5 for the Greyhawks. Mono Delgado in the back.
Well, he gets that out just over the 50-yard line.
Robinson rushed out of bounds by number 2 from the Predators. Brings it 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks. Mono forced out of the pocket. 1-yard gain on the play. Brings it 2nd and 9. A 3-yard gain.
We got a loose ball deep. It's still loose.
Recovered by the Greyhawks. A huge
And finally, the Greyhawks are able to get on top of it, recover that ball, but it goes back all the way to the 25-yard line. Holy smokes. So now the Greyhawks are looking at 2nd and 10, 20, 36 yards. Holy smokes, that was not what they wanted to do.
5 for the Greyhawks.
We're broadcasting the game live, but if you want to say hi to the folks watching, you can. One of the kids wasn't sure what I'm doing up here talking to myself, and I don't blame her. I'm sure it looks awful silly. 3:52 left to go in the third, and scores 41-7. So 3rd and forever here as we get back underway. That pass is complete. He's trying to break the tackle and does, but loses his balance and is brought down on the 43-yard line. So that is not going to be enough. It's going to be 4th and about 17.
Timeout for the Predators.
The Mile High Predators take their first time out of the game here with 2:50 left to go. Well, Ron, I know the camera's not perfect here. I guess in my defense, it's been about 8 months since I've done a football game. So I guess I'm a little rusty. Sorry about that. Hope it's not bad enough to take you out of the game. Well, the Greyhawks come back up to the line here. They're going to go for it. They got 4th and 17. And he threw that out to Casper. Oh. Flag on the field, but it's coming from the sideline. I think someone ran their mouth. That flag came in response in the quick turn or something from the Greyhawks line. So, yeah, they're calling it sideline interference. Seems the Zebra thought that the Greyhawks on the sideline were a little too close to the line and got in his way. They're not. Kept crossing over the dashed line there. So they're going to back them up. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mile High Predators on the 29-yard line. So they're going to sit just outside the red zone. Here with 2:45 left to go in the third. The temperature has dropped once again here. It's like it's fall. It might be late spring, but it's sure feeling like fall here in Shea Stadium. Quarterback keeps it, trying to go.
Breaks a tackle, stiffs arms another, finally down at the 21-yard line. Just short of the first down, brings it 2nd and 1.
Well, House and I don't know if you can hear him very well, but I should give him a mic.
Eight-yard gain on the play brings it 2nd and 2 for the Predators. 2 for the Predators.
We hear the players saying, no, it's 3rd and 1 to go here. Just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And the Predators are still chipping at it here. That pass is complete to his right. Immediately gets brought down, but there is a flag down that got thrown on the field before the pass actually got out of his hands. So I'm not sure what that's about. Hopefully we'll get some information here in just a second. Now they're going to say offsides holding against the Predators. And he's got his hat off, so he saw something. Oh, off. Yeah, they're offsetting penalties here. After he threw his flag, he had to throw his hat. Unfortunately, we don't have him mic'd up. I didn't get a chance to mic him before the game started, and the stadium doesn't have a system of their own. So I need to bring my hand signal book out. We're getting back underway with 1:40 to go here. He fired that one off.
Pass is incomplete.
But
2nd and 10.
went through the hands of his receiver. After bouncing into the hands of the Greyhawks, they're going to call that dead. And we're going to start it over here, so it's going to be 2nd. Let me make sure it's 2nd, not 3rd. No, it's going to be 2nd and 10 still. That is not a live ball. They're going to call that a tackle. He was outside the tackles there, so it's not a sack.
Brings it 3rd and 7.
He rolled out to his left beyond the tackles, and before he could get anything going or get the ball off, the defensive end, I believe it was a defensive end, the defender, either way, came in and stopped the play. So that's going to put us at 3rd and 8, right on the 15-yard line.
Timeout, Greyhawks.
Oh, 48.5 left on the clock here in the third. The Greyhawks are going to take a second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining. Jason started off the game up here in the booth as a color commentator. But by the time before we got to halftime, he couldn't take it. He had to go down to the sideline and start coaching. He would normally be playing, but an injury is preventing him from doing so tonight. So Right now he's on the field working with the defensive backs, trying to help them out. He isn't quite ready to transition from the field to the booth. Not that the coach Rashad's doing much better. He's down there working with the coaching staff. He only made it about 10 minutes longer. So I hope you're enjoying the game. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. It's been a fun game for me. I hope it's been a fun one for you as well. We're at 48.5 here in the third quarter. And the Greyhawks are up 41-7. Let's see. He scrambles to his right, gets it airborne, and he comes down with it. Another touchdown for the Predator. That is going to bring them up to 13 right now. They're going to try for the point after. Go for one or go for two is to be determined. Well, it looks like one because I see the Dayglow shoes are coming out. So it looks like they're going to go for the kick.
Predators going for the extra point.
Well, before he can even get that kick underway, they blow the play dead. And they're saying it's offsides on the Greyhawks here. So that'll shorten the distance of the kick, which can actually make it a little more difficult. Sometimes the guys are like, no, just turn that down. I'm happy here. You get me closer, it changes my arc angle. That snap is bobbled, and it goes left. So, and it wouldn't have made it over the crossbars anyway. He didn't have the height. So that is no good. So we're going to end up at 41-13 here with 42.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. In just a second, we'll see the Predators kick off. Don, I don't have any updates from the games, from the other games that are going on in the Metro right now. I'm sorry. I'm kind of isolated up here. I was hoping that with Rashad and joining me tonight that we'd be able to have some of those updates because his phone was constantly blowing up from the various games and folks he knows that are at those various games. But I know that there are a few more CFA games going on right now. There is the WFA game, the Mile High Blaze versus the Thundercats, happening over at 5 Star up in Thornton. And then even the CFC is in action this evening. So there's a lot of football going on around the Metro tonight, but I unfortunately don't have any information about any of it, other than, of course, the game that's right in front of us, which has been a pretty good game. This is the first time I've seen the Predators play, and I got to say, they've impressed me. Get deep kickoff there. He's going to start from the 15-yard line. He's going to work his way to his right a little bit and finally get brought down around the 33.
Taken down at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10, Greyhawks.
So as the man said, we're looking at 1st and 10 here. 35 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. He gets that off to his left, and they're able to pick up about another 8 yards on that.
40-yard line, number 18, Devontae Hill. Brings it 2nd and 2 for the Greyhawks.
Well, they're going to just let the clock wind down here on the quarter. And there it is.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
So, yeah, we are
41, Predators 13.
after 3. The score is 41-13. Mile High Predators are trailing the Greyhawks. We're going to step aside real quick and be right back here with the start of the 4th quarter. Thanks for watching Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the game. And we are back here for the start of the 4th quarter.
Start of the 4th quarter, 41-13 Greyhawks.
The Predators are going to start their drive here on the 40-yard line. It's for second and 8. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. I got that backwards here. Sorry. It's the Greyhawks. That makes more sense. Okay, it gets over to midfield and picks up the first down here. So he is going to start at 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
10-yard gain on the play.
So he steps back. Oh, ends up scrambling to his right and still on his feet before being brought down at the 25-yard line.
Number 10, Stefan Mamuzic.
It's Stefan Mamuvic. I hope I'm saying that right, Mamuvic, because that's a fun word to say.
Number 18, Devontae Hill. I apologize.
Oh, no, it's not Mamuvic, it's Vontae Hill I'm hearing. Oh, well, nice job, Vontae. He's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks. They're marching it down. 13:40 left to go in regulation.
Ben Guillory with the play.
The snap is off. He's going to fire it to his right. Ends up behind his receiver. Was the Predator defender was turned up. He was trying to make a play for the ball, but was just not able to bring it in either. I think that actually bounced off the back of the Greyhawks receiver, but I'm not 100% on that. Either way, it's going to bring it back to the 25, so we're going to try this again. 2nd and 10, 13:16 to go in regulation. Greyhawks would come up to the line, to the left, to the right. They've got a lone back in the backfield. It was a quick handoff, but the Zebra saw something they didn't like. As soon as that ball was snapped, the flags came out.
False start on the Greyhawks.
Well, false start. Greyhawks is going to back them up to the 30. repeat second down, but we're now looking at 2nd and 15. Some folks are responding with chat, and I appreciate that. Looks like 19-0, Raptors over the Nightmare. Sharks 28-7 over Metro State. Pirates beat the Eagles 16-13 in overtime. I bet that was a good game. I bet that was a really good game. We covered that game last year, and it was actually one of our highest viewed games of the year.
Second and 20 for the Greyhawks.
We've got a pretty good game right in front of us, too. 41-13, Greyhawks over the Predators, but we've got 12:32 left to go in regulation. It's the Greyhawks ball, and they're looking at 2nd and Castle Rock. Holy smokes, they got a distance. That snap is off. He's going to throw to his left, into the corner, but it is just out of the receiver's hands. About a step and a half past his reach. So that is going to come back. 3rd down.
Pass intended for number 18, Devontae Hill.
The snap is off. He's firing it in. Here, going for it. No good. And the Greyhawk actually ended up in the net as if he was a soccer ball. He had to use a net to help stop his momentum here. But that stops the clock at 12:06 here in regulation. Now they're 4th down and 20. Now they're going to say it's a repeat 3rd down. I'm a little confused here. Oh, penalty against the Predators. Cut a bit of the distance, and they're going to repeat the down. So now they're looking at 3rd and 15 instead of 3rd and 20. They cut a break there. He goes right this time. And again, just a step or two beyond his receiver. The Greyhawk receiver had to go airborne a little bit, trying to climb over the defender to get to that ball, and just wasn't going to work. He got lucky he didn't get offensive interference on that one. So now that'll bring 4th down. 4th and 15 there. We'll have to see if they're going to go for it or if they're going to kick and try to pin the Predators back even further. That one is fired off again. Unfortunately, the same result. Just a bit beyond its reach. So that will bring a turnover here on downs. Predator will take over the ball 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. If you're going to turn it over, that's not the worst place to do it at. You'd prefer to be a little bit closer to the end zone if you can, but at least it's on the correct side of the field. I'm trying to keep this window open so you can get some sounds of the game and not get the glare off the glass here, but this temperature keeps dropping. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing that. It's getting cold up here.
Pass complete. First down, Predators.
Let me make sure the heater's still going. Well, the Predators are able to get that pass completed, and they pick up the first down here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. They may not catch up to the Greyhawks with the time remaining, but they're not going into this night without a fight. Got a bit of a blitz. He's able to avoid. And it's a jump ball. Nobody comes down with it.
Pass is incomplete.
That would have been...
Brings it 2nd and 10 for the Predators.
That would have put the Predators just outside the red zone, but it's not to be. And we've got a flag on the play here again. I think it's coming from the Greyhawks bench. No, against the Predator. No, yes, they switched side. It's against the Greyhawks, excuse me. This is line judge that's throwing the flags, and he had a couple of Greyhawks right behind him, so I'm not sure if something was said.
Penalty on the Greyhawks. Brings it 1st and 10 for the Predators.
But now that's going to put the Predators up to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. They hand that up off the middle. He breaks it through and finally brought down at the 24-yard line.
20-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10. Predators.
So they're able to pick up the first down and get into the red zone. It's kind of driving emphasis to what I just said about how they're not going to just give up. Game, he might be down, but they're not quite out yet. Quarterback's going to keep it, crosses line, but gets brought down immediately. Picks up maybe 1. Well, they're going to say he picked up 2 there. Okay.
Brings it 2nd and 8.
All right. Predators are set here. He avoids the blitz and gets the ball airborne. It was a quick roll reversal there. It was all lined up to be an interception, but the Predator receiver switched to defender and bats the ball out of his hand, saving the interception there and turnover. That brings us to 3rd and 8 here from the 22. Quick handoff, runs to the right, but the defense is right there. No gain. It's going to bring 4th and 8 here. They're going to bring their kicker out. I think they're going for a field goal. Oh, nope. They changed their mind. They're going to go for it. They're kind of in the same position. They're deep enough in that if they do have a turnover, it's not really going to help the Greyhawks out that much. So he goes airborne, and the Greyhawk comes down with it. That is a safety, or that is a turnover there. So really that didn't matter. It ended up helping them by having that interception in the end zone. Instead of turning the ball over on the 21, they turned the ball over on the 20. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Greyhawks here. Score is still 41-13 with 8:34 to go. All right, the Greyhawks come up to the line to start their drive. Somebody jumped the gun here. Oh, they're saying false start for the Greyhawks, so that's going to back them up. So 1st and 10 on the 15. They're helping the Predators out even more. Two to the right, two to the left. They have one in the backfield. Quick handoff to a big hole. They spread the defense out enough, and he finally gets brought down about the 35-yard line. That's Nate Guillory on that great run. Nate's already got 2 touchdowns tonight, so he is on a tear.
First and 10 for the Greyhawks. 7:50 left in the quarter. 41-13. Another Greyhawks first down. Gain 11 on the play. Number 3, Nate Guillory.
Well, Guillory picks up another great run, picks up 11 on that. Another first down, brings us to the 47-yard line. It's like the Greyhawks offense found another wind. They've kind of seemed to have stepped it up a notch. I don't want to say the Predators are getting tired. Having seen just this game, I have no way of really seeing what their endurance is like historically, if they usually have anything left in the tank at this point or not. But it just seems to be on this drive at least, Guillory is having his way. Oh, and they sit there and show me what's what. All right.
Sack on the play. Number 30,
So the Predators able to sack the Greyhawk quarterback there. Get a loss of about 4. Well, okay. I must have missed a flag or something because they didn't back him up at all. Second and 11. Now they're going to call that one.
Pass complete.
Oh, they're going to say complete.
40-yard line, first and 10.
I thought for sure they were going to call that one incomplete. It seems that we're in a running clock here. We're crossing the 5-minute mark in the game. He's going airborne to his right here, but he not able to connect with the receiver there. Just a couple steps out. No, we're not in a running clock. They stopped it at 4:45.
Excuse me, second and 10.
So, yeah, we're looking at 2nd and 10 here from the 40.
Looking at the down marker.
Some of the guys are giving the house announcer some crap. A handoff there. He runs to his right, slips around the line, and he is still on his feet. Finally gets brought down inside the 5-yard line. Looks like he's going to be first and goal on about the 2-yard line. Great run. Well, the Predators press box coaching staff just packed up their laptops and headed down. So, you know it's getting towards the end of the game when.
Touchdown, Greyhawks.
Well, they tricked the defense thinking they were going to go to their right, but ended up going left instead, and he just walks in for the 6 points. Brings the score to 47-13 here with 3:36 left to go in regulation.
Greyhawks going for the extra point. And the extra point is good.
And that'll bring us up 48-13.
Greyhawks 48, Predators 13, 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game. set to receive.
All right, we're lined up for the kick. And Greyhawks number 40, the soccer goalkeeper turned football player here will be doing the kicking. He puts it all the way back to the 15-yard line. That receiver has caught some lightning, and he's brought down at the 48-yard line. That's a nice return.
Taken down at the 48-yard line, brings it 1st and 10 for the Predators.
Sorry about the framing there. Oh, in and out of his hands there. Incomplete pass.
Linton to make the play. Brings it 2nd and 10 for the Predators.
He scrambles from a blitz, gets that one off. Intercepted on the 20.
Taken down at the 30-yard line. Greyhawks ball. 1st and 10 to Greyhawks.
The Greyhawks turn the ball over again with just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. That might have been the final cough, or final nail there, folks.
Intercepted by number 35, Sean Linton.
Oh, I'm going to have to break down and put the coat on. Whew. It got cold in here. Well, he hands off to his right. Once again, he's able to snake around the line, but immediately get dropped right after. So that's about a 6-yard gain and takes him up to the 37-yard line. I'd be very surprised if the Greyhawks put it in the air again.
Seconds and counting in the 4th quarter. Greyhawks up 48-13.
Well, Don, I tried to do some checking for you here, and unfortunately, I'm not able to find any information on the Colorado Springs Flames game. And give you some updates on some of the others around, but so far, no one's posted anything about the Flames. As we see the Greyhawks here fight for some yards, picks up the first down and a couple more, and it gets brought down on the 45-yard line. Here's we're coming up on the 2-minute warning.
He said 175. How long
ColoradoSports.TV. So what did you go up that? All right, so 150. I'll explain what I see. Explain what you see. Sorry about that.
Second down on the play. We're at 2nd and 15 for the Greyhawks. Minute left in the game. 48-13.
Got 45 seconds to go here. Quite possibly the last play of the game, and they're going airborne deep. Almost. But incomplete here. Oh, they're going to stop it. 37-2. So we will get one more play off at least, possibly a second.
Brings it 3rd and 15 for the Greyhawks. There's a pitch.
Now the pitch initially started right, changed directions to the left, and no gain, maybe picked up a half a yard or so. They're still looking at 4th down and 15 with 14 seconds and counting. In fact, they're just going to go ahead and call that. At this point, they're already starting to shake hands. So that will be the game, folks. Colorado Greyhawks 48, Mile High Predators 13. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching this as we had putting it on. It was nice to be back with football. It's been a while. I did the Blaze game a couple weeks ago, and camera work was even rustier than this one. So sorry about that, but all I can say is we'll be better for next time. But that does it from Shea Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and step aside. While you see the players hugging it out and shaking hands and showing the love, I'm going to get out of here and go get a cheeseburger. So everyone have a great night. If you're interested in some great competitive bowling, we've got a national tournament here in Denver that we're going to be with tomorrow afternoon. You can check out, watch the guys go for $5,000. But if bowling's not your thing, we'll be back with you here for the next home game. Have a great night and take care of each other. It's getting crazy out there.